Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's story takes us deep into one of the most intense standoffs of the modern era, a moment that revealed just how much warfare has changed. Reports emerged that Ukrainian reconnaissance drones carefully tracked a convoy of foreign-made tanks moving toward contested territory. The operation was tense, strategic, and filled with uncertainty. What followed wasn't just a battlefield event. It became a symbol of how technology and intelligence now define modern conflicts. The scene began before dawn. The skies over Eastern Europe were still a deep blue, mist hugging the ground as military convoys moved slowly across rugged terrain. In underground command centers, Ukrainian officers watched the feeds from dozens of surveillance drones hovering silently above. Every blip on the screen mattered. Every decision would ripple through the political landscape far beyond Ukraine's borders. High above, 35 drones floated in tight formation, awaiting orders. Their mission was simple: monitor, observe, and respond if hostile movement crossed a restricted line. The convoy below, reportedly equipped with North Asian-manufactured tanks, rolled forward steadily. Each engine's rumble echoed like distant thunder. It was a modern chess game. Patience against momentum. In Kiev, military advisors monitored the situation. Maps covered the tables, radios buzzed softly, and tension filled the air. The order wasn't given lightly. Leaders knew that whatever happened next could influence international alliances, sanctions, and diplomatic strategies. This was not only about machines and tactics, it was about global messaging. When the tanks finally entered a high-risk area, the Ukrainian teams coordinated a synchronized response. The precision and speed of the drones demonstrated years of adaptation and innovation. What once required entire divisions of soldiers could now be achieved by small, intelligent systems directed by human hands miles away. As the operation concluded, communication lines lit up with confirmations. The mission had been successful. The Ukrainian defense network had proven once again that modern technology can reshape the balance of power on the ground. For the officers watching in Kyiv, there was quiet pride, but also awareness. Every success brings new challenges, new countermoves, and renewed determination from opponents. In Moscow, reports of the event were met with stern expressions and quiet discussions. Officials analyzed footage, debating how to respond. Across the sea, analysts in Seoul and Washington examined the same data, aware that this episode signaled the growing global complexity of the conflict. The message from Ukraine was clear. Innovation, not intimidation, now defines the future of defense. Machines once seen as support tools have become the front line of strategy, and behind each of those machines stand operators, human beings guided by training, courage, and an understanding that every moment in war is measured in seconds. International reactions varied. Some praised the effectiveness of defensive drones. Others expressed concern about escalating technology in warfare. But one theme united every viewpoint: the undeniable shift toward autonomous systems as key players in security and deterrence. Over the next days, images spread across the media, aerial views of deserted fields, command rooms filled with glowing screens, and solemn faces of officers monitoring the skies. No one cheered loudly. There were no celebrations, only acknowledgement that each move forward in modern warfare comes with heavy responsibility. Back at the front, Ukrainian soldiers surveyed the area, ensuring civilian safety and maintaining secure lines. The operation demonstrated not only tactical strength, but also a commitment to minimizing harm and precision targeting of military objectives. It was a measured, strategic success, not one of destruction, but of control. In the political sphere, leaders across Europe convened emergency discussions. How far could technological warfare evolve before global policy needed rewriting? What happens when nations begin depending more on drones than soldiers? These were not futuristic questions anymore. They were now urgent realities. Analysts described the event as a turning point in real-time warfare. Diplomats called for restraint, while military planners recognized the undeniable fact that the rules had changed. The age of stealth and surveillance had fully arrived. For Ukraine, this success meant more than headlines. It was proof that innovation, resourcefulness, and patience could outmaneuver traditional might. And for its people, it was a moment of resilience. Another example of how unity and intelligence can protect sovereignty. Meanwhile, in the global arena, attention turned toward the relationship between the nations involved. The supply chains of armored vehicles, the origin of parts, the signatures of new alliances, all came under intense scrutiny. International observers spoke of the delicate balance between support and escalation, between aid and direct involvement. Behind closed doors, diplomats worked to prevent the conflict from widening. Statements were carefully worded, emphasizing defense, deterrence, and de-escalation. The world had been reminded that even a small spark in one region could ignite conversations and consequences across continents. As the story unfolded, journalists, analysts, and citizens alike began reflecting on what this event truly meant. It wasn't about who won a skirmish. It was about what kind of world we are building, one where precision and restraint can prevent larger disasters, or one where machines become decision-makers in moments of human consequence. The silent drones returning to base symbolized something larger, how technology can act as both shield and signal. They hovered back to safety, vanishing into the night sky. Their mission complete, but their message lasting. Awareness, vigilance, and adaptation are the new front lines of security. In the days that followed, global media carried images of diplomatic halls, military briefings, and nighttime skylines glowing under heightened alert. Everyone was waiting for the next move. But sometimes silence speaks louder than any explosion. In a quiet Kiev office, a senior officer reportedly looked at the map and whispered, "The war of steel has ended. The war of signals has begun." And in that simple phrase lay the essence of this entire episode, a recognition that intelligence and innovation are the greatest weapons of our time. So as we look ahead, one truth remains clear. Wars today are not won solely by power, but by patience, precision, and presence. The operation by those 35 drones will be studied for years to come, not for its destruction, but for its demonstration of how modern defense is evolving faster than diplomacy can keep up. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates.